We start with our Newsmaker segment and focus on crime-fighting efforts in Jackson County, Missouri. Jean Peters Baker is the county prosecuting attorney appointed to the job in May 2011, first elected to it in November 2012. Jean Peter Baker's name is a familiar one to those who follow the news. Shows up in various stories dealing with homicides, jail issues, and efforts to combat crime. Jean Peters Baker is only the second woman to serve as Jackson County prosecutor. The first was Clara McCaskill. Things turned out pretty well for her. Madam Prosecutor, welcome to Ruckus. It's nice to meet you and thank you for coming in.
It is a pleasure to be here.
I made a list of topics to talk to you about, and it kept getting longer as the week went by. So let me try to consolidate the questions. The legislature and the county executive are battling over budget and staffing. A battle's going on over who is supposed to run the combat program, you or the county executive or someone he appoints. Sheriff's office was called this week to quell a dispute in one of the finance offices. I guess the question is, how do you assess the state of county government? Is it dysfunctional at this point?
There's a fair amount of chaos at this moment. So I think what I would say is I pray that our county exec went home last night, got a good night's sleep, and is ready to come back to the office today, willing to talk to other branches of government.
Do you think the problem rests with the county executive, Frank White?
I think he is creating a whole lot of the chaos that is happening. So this has been building for a while. It's not just a problem that creeped up overnight. It's been building and has culminated in the county executive deeming all of the actions, or the ones he chooses, the actions he has chosen of the Jackson County legislature just don't matter, and he doesn't have to follow their rule of law. So that creates a lot of instability and chaos. I'm in the middle of that, like many other county employees, just really caught in the middle, trying to figure out what to do.
Making your job more difficult?
There's no doubt about it. Making it a lot more difficult. So,
do you think it's due to Mr. White's inexperience in county government?
It may be that. It may be that he has a misunderstanding of how branches of government work. You know, the legislature, the Jackson County legislature passes ordinances. When they pass, you know, we have to recognize them. There's another mechanism. If you disagree with them, you go to court and you allow a judge to step in and take a look. That's
co-equal branches of government.
Yes.
Yes, kind of a familiar concept in America.
Yes.
Well, we have to move on to some other areas. There's a lot of talk about the high homicide rate in 2017. Yes. I'm sure you think about it a lot. 149 compared with 82 in 2014, just 3 years earlier. Why do you think it is that the rate went up in Kansas City last year when similar sized and larger cities saw their homicide rates declining?
Well, there's, I think, several reasons for that, but I would say Kansas City is not alone. There are many cities that are of comparable size, some a little larger, some a little smaller, that have had the same experience of this higher than the year before homicide rate. Baltimore has had a terrific problem as well. St. Louis has had a terrific problem, among other cities. I don't know that there's a singular answer for that, and I think anybody that comes to you with a simple solution, all of us should be suspect of.
And there are some homicides that can't be predicted, it would seem to me. Some are the result of emotional conflict that nobody can predict. What about the Jackson County Jail? Is there any doubt in your mind that there is the need for a new one?
There is not doubt in my mind that there is need for a new facility. And the current facility, though, to receive the same kind of attention, you know, some of these other disputes you talked about, that jail needs that same kind of attention.
Why did you decide not to serve on the committee that's looking at a new jail or looking at what to do about the current jail?
This committee was to study whether or not there's a problem. Is there a problem? You know, Mike, we're
you know
past
there's
that.
A problem, right?
Let's just stop with that nonsense. The committee I think there can be a committee that takes a look at issues and really digs into them. But to halt progress on this current facility because we need more study it's just a completely unacceptable answer.
Do you have any
we
interest,
need to move now.
Do you have any interest in following the path of your predecessor, Ms. McCaskill? Look for higher political office at some point?
I think I'm very happy to be the Jackson County prosecutor. In fact, not just happy, I'm proud to be the Jackson County prosecutor. And so that's my job, and that's where I will remain.
I appreciate you coming in. I wish we had more time to talk. Maybe you'll come back another time and we can talk some more.
Perhaps. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you very much. That is Jackson County Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker. Now let's meet the panel and start a ruckus.